Hi, this is Patty with the Chiro Channel, and we are continuing on with our training tutorials. Today's tutorial is going to be building slides and pages by using the template background that we made on our past training video. So what I'd like to do is show you where I put that template background. If you click on this little arrow button right here, you'll see I made a folder for the template background, and that's where it sits right now. I put it back here because I don't want it to be amongst all my other pages. I don't want to have a situation where I accidentally go in and change that template background, because if you do that without knowing, you could change a lot of slides not wanting to do that at all. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build a couple of slides. We're going to go in and add a blank slide right now. We'll go edit. And we're actually going to do a YouTube video on here for foot levelers. So on the lower left-hand corner here, you see there's a gear button down here, and that's your page properties. If you click on that left-hand corner, your left side will open up for your page properties, and it'll say background page, says none. We're going to change that, and that's going to bring you into your pages catalog. And I've already navigated over to the template background folder, so I'm just going to pick that page. And it brings in the template right into this canvas. Now I can click around all I want here, and it's not going to do anything because the template in the background is really pretty much like a picture. It's just that base. So what I want to do is, I know I'm going to build a video, so let's bring in the app for the YouTube video. And I'm going to position it and resize it so that I can also have some text in here as well. So I'm going to place it right here. And I've already went to YouTube and I found the video that I would like. All you need to do is copy that URL that's in your browser bar. So you just copy it and paste it into the YouTube properties for the web address. Now if you click on the play button here and then click on the actual video app, it'll load up for you. It's not going to play right away, but it will load up. I can stretch that out just a tad. On the YouTube properties, you'll notice right below the address it says show closed captions if available. Many of your YouTube videos do come with closed captions, some don't, but it really is a good idea to make sure you check that box because I'm sure many of us have patients that are hearing impaired. The next area is to start the video playing at 0. Most videos will play right from the beginning. Some videos do have a leader section that you might not want to show. You can start it after that leader, so that's where you can change your timing here. I do want to show this whole video in completion because it's only maybe about a minute and a half. So I'm going to play it once from the beginning on this slide. Right below that, it says move to next page when the video ends. I'm going to check mark that as well, because as soon as this video completes playing, it's going to go on to my next slide in my playlist, and that's what I want it to do. Also, right below that, there is the volume button, and I am moving that all the way up to 95 to 100%. If you do not make that slider have volume in it, it's not going to have any volume on your TV. So you do want to make sure that you've increased that volume button here right in your slide. You can always turn down the TV in your clinic. We're not going to put any animation on this video itself because it's already a moving property. However, I do want to put a little bit of a border behind it. So I'm going to go get our box property, and I'm just going to stretch it over my video. And then I'm going to make it transparent so I can see how it lays out, and actually I have a pretty nice margin all around my video here. I'm going to put in our corporate blue, click OK, and then I'm going to take the transparency off, and I'm going to go down to my layering effect down here and go back one layer, and then I have a nice border around my video. What I'd like to do is tell my patients that we sell these and where to go to order them. So I'm going to write in a text box up on top, and I'm using my corporate blue color. We sell foot levelers. I can spell orthotics. See our front desk. I'm going to increase the size here so it does stretch a little bit. Let's put it at about 85. Stretch my box out a tad. And then what I'm going to do is center everything. There. The other thing I would like to put in here is also the logo for Foot Levelers so that they know that we sell the brand Foot Levelers. And I'm going to bring that up and just put it right next to my statement. And notice the orange line, it lines up right with the text. So now when I click on the video, you can see it all play together.
Millions of Americans suffer from chronic pain throughout their body, caused by imbalances and instabilities in their feet. But today, individually designed stabilizing orthotics.
Okay, and just hit the stop button on the left-hand side. I'm going to quickly put in some animation on our text. And for this one, I'm going to put in random tilt. And I'm going to put that after the slide loads up, so it'll be a half a second. And then I'm going to pull in the Foot Leveler logo as well. And I'm going to have that fly in from the right. And I'll put that in at about 2 seconds. So if I slide down to the bottom play animation, down here I can see that verbiage come in. And then I see Foot Levelers. So maybe we can put the Foot Levelers at 1.5 seconds. This is a great way to make sure you get your timing just the way you want. And I do like that. So with this, we can go save and back. Look how quickly we made that video, or made that slide, pardon me. So we're going to name this Foot Levelers. We're going to go back in and add another slide. We're going to edit it. Again, we're going to go down to the bottom of our canvas and go to the gear button. We're going to go pick our template background. And I'm going to show you how to use our slideshow app. So you go into the app section and you find slideshow and you pull it right onto the canvas. If you look on the left-hand side on the slideshow properties, click select image folder, and it's going to bring up your image folders here. And remember that I had created several different folders, but I also created a patients folder. And you'll notice our chiropractor with several of her patients. So I'm going to say use current folder. And you'll notice on the left-hand side, it has picked my patients folder. Right below that, it'll say how many times per image do you want it to show up. And I'm going to put that at about 4. And if you click on the play button and click on your slideshow, it'll show up. Now you can also play them in random order if you want, but there really is no particular order here. But you see they just pop in and pop out. So let's add a little bit of style to this slideshow. So I'm not gonna worry about transparency, but I do want a border. So I'm gonna put a nice size border in here, and I'm gonna color that my branded color blue. And then I would like to have a little bit of transition animation to make it look a little bit smoother. You can choose the fade, so they just fade in and fade out. You can choose the rotate horizontally. Or you can choose the rotate vertically. So I personally happen to like the rotate horizontally, so I'm going to choose that one. And then you have another button that you can pick is to style these pictures. So if you click on that arrow down button, you have several different choices here to make that picture pop off the page. If I choose these top corners up here, you'll see that they have a little shadow behind them. It makes it pop right off the page. Can also do a curved bottom, and it looks like it's floating actually right on the canvas. So I'm going to choose that one. Okay, so we have our slideshow. I can increase that just a little bit. And then up here I'm going to add a little verbiage again. And I'm going to stretch that out and just say, we love our patients, young and old. And stretch that out. Make that 90. The other thing I like to do is I have different elements from my brand, so I can bring in a few other elements to just kind of brighten up the page a little bit. So I have my little logo with the disc person here, and I can copy it a couple of times and scatter him around, and I can decrease him in size. And maybe just have a little bit of interest there so it looks like it fills up most of the page. So I like that. It fills up the page nicely. We can put our animation up here on the verbiage. We'll make that text lay down in 0.5 seconds. Go to our play button, and you'll see that it comes in. And we do have our slideshow going all the time. So we're going to save and go back. And we're going to name this our patients. The last one I'd like to show you, we're going to go ahead and go in and edit our canvas. Once again, we're going to go into our gear button, go in to change our background, grab our template background, and I want everybody to know that we have a Facebook page. So what I'd like to do is bring in our elements. We're going to bring in a square, and I'm going to make this nice and big. And we're going to color it white. We're going to give it a border, our blue, and we're also going to round out the corners. And then I'm going to go back into our basic elements, and I'm going to go to our social media It's thinking here. Let's try that again. So I'm going to go into our folder for social media, and I have my Facebook icon, and we're going to put that in here. Stretch it out a little bit. Center it. And I'm going to tell our patients like us on Facebook to keep up with information on events and specials. There we go. Now the like us, I would like to expand that a little bit and make it just a little bit bigger. So I highlight the like us, and I'm going to go up to the font size. And right now it's at 100%. I want to go to 100.25. And it's just going to make that just that little bit bigger. And actually I can decrease it, but that's a little too much. We'll keep it at 100%. And maybe we'll decrease just the point size there. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And then what I'd like to do is align it again. Okay, and then I would like to put on our URL so they know where to go. There, very simple. So we'll have our box fade in, and then have our Facebook pop in, have our like us curl up, and then Facebook.com will have fly in from the left. And let's check this out, see what it looks like. There you go. That's your third slide. So we'll save that and give that a name. And then you can pull each one of these right into your display. And you're all set. So those are three great slides that you can use with the template, and look how fast we made it. Cuts down your design time for sure. So thank you very much for coming to this tutorial, and stay tuned for our next one.